The order of the Sister Cities Commission meeting, December 6th. We will start by roll call.
I have present Brian Filzen, Dana O'Brien, Michelle Markgraf, Larry Mack, Carolyn Marty, John Forwork, Steve Falza, ex officio Terry Sweeney, and Jane Mady-Halke.
The next thing on the agenda is election of officers. We'll start with president, and I will not be rerunning, so another candidate. Anybody?
We nominate those who are absent.
That's nasty, but
No.
I was going to suggest Dick Seaboth, but without his being here, I don't know if that's appropriate.
Is it required that we have to call the president seats tonight, or we wait until we have a fuller quorum and do it in?
I think that makes
the first
sense.
meeting- The first
Yeah,
meeting
I
in
think we-
January, and then see if we have a full quorum.
You want to make a motion?
I'll offer a motion to table the election of officers until the first Monday in January, when we have a full quorum in January of '22.
I'll second that.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next thing on the agenda is approval of minutes. Has everybody had a chance to read them? And any corrections or additions? If not, I ask for a motion.
I move to approve the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Financial report. Oh. It is exactly the same as last month. There have been no changes, no additions or subtractions. So, the last thing we did was pay our dues for the Sister Cities International, and that was $440. And I believe that was on the expense report last, yeah. So, it's been out there. Otherwise, there's nothing else, no changes. Are there any questions?
I have a question. When do we find out the city's allocation to us for 2022?
In January.
I think.
We'll approve the budget the last meeting in December, Larry, is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, and then in January you'll know.
If not, I look for a motion for approve.
I'll move to approve the financial reports.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now we're on to the Juice Cultural Exchange Program. We need a committee to look into, or did we, and not officially do it, for Jasmine Heim, to find her a position, help find a position for her here in New Ulm. And she's interested in to intern with the tourist industry, or actually planning and designing of buildings. And I don't know if we have anything that would be.
What would come to mind for planning and designing of buildings might be like a Pullman Lumber or Design Home.
Oh.
You know, they do have in-house drafters and work with remodeling, if that's something that she has an interest, but maybe we could reach out to one of those businesses, perhaps. I don't know if they've participated in this program in the past, but
I don't know, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
correct.
Do we have anybody interested in being on a committee? I will be on it if somebody else would be interested.
I'll help you, Jane.
And we'll check on those.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think that's
idea,
an
Larry.
excellent idea, Larry.
Yeah.
If not, I was thinking Sarah Warmka's back in the saddle, as it were, at the chamber. Maybe there's something in the chamber. I don't know. Is there
They
anything?
always use help down there, so.
Yeah, so.
Well, or maybe there's an opportunity that if the, you know, could split the
Split that?
split the time to get a little, you know, try to accommodate both of our interests.
Okay. Carolyn and I will work on that, and then we'll get back to the committee, to the commission next month, and we'll have something.
Okay.
Straightforward. And then on the outbound side,
Madam Chair,
Well-
on Felix, I was in contact with 3M in regards to potentially having him intern at 3M New Ulm, and got in contact with Jake Mason, and I got Jake Mason in contact with Lisa Pelzel, and they have started the communication process. And 3M had some, Jake is newer to our plant here in New Ulm, and he had some questions about the program, and Lisa got him some information. I know some more emails were coming
yes,
across.
they are. They're working on it. He looks
correct.
like it's very favorable that they
Yeah.
will accept
So,
Jake, Felix there.
so that's what I have for an update from 3M.
Okay.
But they were very eager to wanting to host an exchange student.
So then on the outbound side, we've been in discussion with Dorothea, and she said that Mayor of Ulm is processing of finding a place for Noah to intern. We are also watching the events as they occur, as far as what's going to happen with the program for 2022. So as of now, we're still a go. We will look for something for Jasmine, and they will continue to look on the outbound side for Noah. But a lot of this, we'll see how it plays out as the time goes on. With right now, Germany is shutting down a lot of things. So again, so
Madam Chair, do you know when we typically would purchase flights?
probably not until Noah's not leaving until May, so we probably wouldn't do it until March or April. So we have time. And that's another thing we're trying to watch, is for both sides coming and going, getting flights and making sure everything is going to be able to work out. So,
Felix being the most critical if he's planning to be here in 4 months.
yeah. So we'll keep in touch with Dorothea and them, and then we'll just, next month, we'll keep you posted as to what's going to happen. But we also, next month, will need to start looking at host families so that we have them lined up.
Do the exchangees get paid? I should know this. I've been on Sister Cities twice and I just don't remember.
We do, they get a stipend.
They get a stipend.
I can't remember how much it is right off the top of my head, but they do get a stipend.
From
every-
us?
From us.
Yeah, so.
They get a check, an actual check from Lisa Pelzel, right?
For example, 3M, Jake Mason had the same question. At least, I believe the comment that Lisa said was that it's like $1,685. 3M would make a payment to the Sister City Commission. The City Commission then disperses like $250 a week for, you know, expenses for the exchange student. And then Sister City, you know, we have the vehicle rental that we rent from Jensen Motors historically, and then they need the costs for fuel and the travel.
We didn't do fuel too much, but they definitely got that check, and it was she said, somebody's going to give me money. This was one of the Annas, and she was so excited about it.
I mean, they have to physically come here
Yeah.
every week to pick it up.
Yeah, they
and go
do.
and see Lisa.
Oh, okay.
You'll get it. Are there any other questions or discussion on the program as we see it now? If not, We'll move on to old business. On the table was the Sister City sign request was considered for a second time by the city council at their regular meeting dated November 16, 2021. The item was tabled for a second time to research the idea of creating a service club sign to display signs for other organizations for the community along with the Governor Fit City, Tree City, Bicycle City signs that are currently posted on the population signs at the entry of New Ulm. So it's being tabled. We'll need to, as soon as we know more, then it'll be put back on as to what we can do with our sign that Dick had proposed.
Our city engineer's hip to doing it. We are toying with a location of 7th North and German Street in the Hans Use Park, so we're off of MnDOT property. I've written letters to the service clubs and I've heard from none of them yet, except the Lions, which were kind of the ones who precipitated this. I've heard from some people who are vested in some of the existing signs and they're a little ticked off that why does Sister Cities get to have their sign and we have to take ours down? I said, but the plan is to get yours back up there though. So I believe it'll all come to fruition, but until we hear from the other service clubs, can't really set up a service club board without their approval. So, work in progress.
Question, it's our intent to continue to move forward with our initial proposal. We would not prefer to have our name or the Sister City's name on the sign with Fit City, Tree City, Bicycle City. Is that correct?
MnDOT won't allow it, Steve.
Okay.
We're limited on the signage.
So it'll be tabled until further discussion and we know what's going to happen. Okay. Then we'll move on to recognition awards. It was John, Brian, and Jeremy Reed. You needed to select a 2021 recognition award recipient and the date and location. What's your status on that?
Well, we came up with a selection. I don't think we finished on a venue, have we, John?
As far as,
Because we talked about a couple of different places, but
yeah, right, as location. No,
we haven't said on that. We were recommending posthumously Joel Albrecht.
Then we should do it out at the, we always used the bowling alley all those years. Mona set the things up for us. And the beauty of the bowling alley was that they allowed us to bring our own food in. So we had our food and then we always bought hors d'oeuvres from them. And if you're thinking about Joel Albrecht, that would be a perfect place to do it, I think, for him. And he was certainly a big supporter of us.
Well, I think it's how a lot of us got involved with Sister Cities, too. I know I did. That's,
Yeah, same here.
yeah.
So
If you decide on a date, I always set it up all those years that I did it out at the, what's the name of that?
I know we,
Kegel Bowl, yes. I'll gladly do it again.
John, how do you, we looked at a couple other places, but we never really settled on a venue at all. You okay with Kegel, or?
kind of fits.
It
Yeah,
does.
I'm fine with Kegel.
I don't think we should give it to him and then not go back to the
Yeah.
Kegel.
So-
That does not sound good to me. The optics on that are not.
All right, well, let's go with Kegel.
All right, pick a date, then sometime in January is when we.
Normally is when we do it.
Right,
Yes, and we normally do it at our meeting, which is,
probably not the 3rd, probably the 10th,
no,
right?
it is January 3rd.
I'd say don't do it on the 3rd.
I agree, that's.
Okay, so then if we do it the following week, that would be the 10th.
I would pick the 10th or the 17th. I just think the 3rd, everybody's bringing hors d'oeuvres. We're just coming off the holidays. Let's
I agree.
wait maybe a week or two or something. So either the 10th or 17th, I'm fine with. I don't know how you guys.
17th is Martin Luther King's day. The 10th looks good. Should I try for the 10th and then get back to you or put a note up and Lisa can tell you?
And
Yes,
then we'll ask Lisa to change the meeting
to
the
that
10th.
date, right. That work for everybody?
And we've done that, I know we've done that
Yeah, we
before.
have.
We've moved it on
Yeah.
in January. Yeah.
Yeah.
do you just plan to do the meeting at the Kegel
Yes,
Club?
yes.
Prior to,
Yeah.
okay. And then we need,
And then if we have hors d'oeuvres, maybe we'll have a full quorum so we could get our new president in there and everything.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
'Cause there's food
'Cause we have
involved.
food, yes, great, Brian.
right.
I'll take care of that, Jane. You can put me down for that. I'll talk to Mona about it. And I won't
Good
mention
point.
Joel.
Okay.
I love that idea, though. Oh,
Well,
Reed should be there.
We should make arrangements to try to get Rita there.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
present the
Yeah,
award
yes.
and for their families, so I think we should,
And Mona, and maybe the other kids.
well,
Yeah.
if, you know, I think it's important that their family
Bowl with.
have that opportunity. They'd be proud to accept that, I'm sure.
All right, I'll set up,
Is that okay with you if I ask the girls?
Yes,
yes, I think we should.
yes,
I bowl with Vicky.
And I'll call Mona and make sure that that's a good date, and I'll order the hors d'oeuvres.
Okay, the next thing, the last thing you have to do is you have to order the plaque.
Oh, somebody else did that. I didn't ever do that.
Did it come through Lisa's office usually?
Wasn't involved.
Is that a Nicholson?
Nicholson.
But we could ask Lisa to contact Nicholson's possibly.
Yeah.
I believe it was
Yeah.
Nicholson's.
It can, that way it can get, the payment can be administered for it properly.
Is there any other old business this time? So, we need to there's a reminder that the committee preferences will be selected in January of 2022. Hard to say that. Let's see possible, January 2022. We'll do that night. And what we'll do is we'll hand out the slips, and then you put your preference on what committees you would like to be on, and we'll turn them over to the new president, and then they will weed them out if there's more than one or whatever. But you put your first, second, third choice. Okay, so we'll be doing that, and then we'll begin looking for the location for Jasmine Heim. Carolyn and I
We'll
will,
do that.
and we'll make sure that we have something to report then. Is there anything else as far as reminders that you can think of? If not, I would like to adjourn this meeting. I would look for a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
And I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.